On January 21st, U.S. time, Reverend Marian Edgar Budde, the Episcopal Bishop of Washington, said to the newly inaugurated President Trump during the inauguration prayer service, "In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now." Bishop Budde stated that LGBTQ children are worried for their lives, and that many workers are not criminals but merely lack proper documentation, facing deportation. He asked Trump to have mercy on them. Afterwards, Bishop Budde told the New York Times that she did not intentionally single out the president, but was making a plea on behalf of frightened immigrants and the LGBTQ+ community, asking the president to be mindful of those living in fear. The nation trusts the president, and one quality a president should have is mercy. Clearly, before and after the prayer, Bishop Budde's thinking is consistent. Some people are afraid, and they should be reassured. British thinker and author Douglas Murray, in an interview with Sky News Australia, harshly criticized Bishop Budde's remarks, arguing that clergy should preach from the Bible during services, not politics. There are plenty of others who can comment on Trump and his policies. In his 2022 book, The War on the West, Murray discusses how churches have been influenced by wokeness, deviated from their original purpose. Within the Bible and church traditions, there are also teachings about facing fear. The Old Testament book of Genesis records the story of Abram leaving his homeland. Abram was born in Ur in Mesopotamia, located in modern-day southern Iraq. One day, while he was living in Haran, present-day southern Turkey, the Lord instructed Abram to leave his native country and family to go to an unknown place. At age 75, Abram took his family and possessions and went to Canaan. The Bible does not explain why the Lord told Abram to leave his homeland, nor does it record Abram's thoughts. Nevertheless, he left his father's house and familiar culture to travel to a foreign, unfamiliar land with unknown destination, making Abram the recorded progenitor of Asian migration. Later interpretations of this story point out that those who trust in God should rely on Him completely. When one knows something is God's instruction, one should go forth fearlessly. The book of Joshua in the Old Testament describes the story of the Israelites escaping from Egypt, where they were enslaved, wandering in the wilderness and then entering Canaan. The main character, Joshua, was a tribal leader who led the Israelites into Canaan, which could be viewed as an invasion depending on the reader's interpretation. Joshua had experienced many battles before and previously served as an assistant to the previous leader Moses. However, Canaan was an unknown land to the Israelites at that time. Rumors described it as a land flowing with milk and honey, implying a prosperous and powerful nation. For the impoverished Israelite remnants who had been displaced for over a generation, was it wrong for them to desire to possess such a land? Yet the Lord said to Joshua, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid, nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." He instructed Joshua to guide the people to follow God's direction and do their utmost to enter Canaan. Along the way, they experienced many battles but were victorious against seemingly impossible odds each time. Modern secularized scholarly Christian denominations do not take a fundamentalist approach by interpreting the Bible literally word for word. They do not rule out the possibility that the Bible may contain mythical elements or human factors. However, the doctrine remains unchanged: to look up to the God as the ultimate sovereign. When facing frightening situations, the goal is not to eliminate the source of fear itself, but to lean on the Almighty God and overcome inner fears. To explore the unknown, take steps forward. To fight formidable foes, muster courage for battle. Trump's policies toward illegal immigrants, called undocumented immigrants by the North American left, and sexual minorities may be flawed. according to biblical teachings, one should first pray for God's guidance and listen to His instructions. If instructed to leave one's homeland, then do so without calling oneself an LGBTQ+ refugee or minority refugee, but rather honorably pioneering God's kingdom. Additionally, nearby Canada currently embraces wokeness and widely welcomes such people. If God instructs engaging battle against evil force to reclaim America's sacred land, then wage war against the devils like Trump in any arena, the judicial system, Congress, public opinion, with a determination to remove him from the presidency. The issue of fear was present even before Trump's election. Many school and amateur female athletes have had to share locker rooms and be exposed to people who are biologically male but identify as female. These girls are unwilling to have their bodies seen by males or to see male genitals. They are scared. Recent UK media reports have exposed grooming gangs comprised of Pakistani men who over the years have lured and coerced girls and boys into sexual abuse, while law enforcement turned a blind eye or even appeared complicit. Residents of these multiracial communities are scared. Bishop Budde did not mention these existing fears. Trump has just taken office. Bishop Budde stands before the cross and Christians loudly preaches about future fears and urging the president to show mercy. Can the fears of female athletes, young people and their parents simply be ignored? In contrast, look at Hong Kong. On July 21, 2019, during a terrorist attack, legislator Lam Cheuk-ting protected citizens but was charged and imprisoned for 4 years. In a plea letter to the court, he quoted President Roosevelt's famous words, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." When faced with fear, anyone can feel small. Fear can also blind us, obscuring the path ahead so that fear is all we see. Christianity does not advocate removing fear, nor necessarily confronting it directly. Rather, it encourages looking up to the Lord to draw strength and hope, then surveying one's surroundings to explore untapped possibilities. If you have any idea or like this video, please comment, like, subscribe and share. I'll be grateful if you become a member on Patreon, making us go even further. See you on the next video.